Hello, people. My camera's off center because I knocked it while I was doing stuff. How's everybody doing tonight? So it's a second here. We're having a wonderful Monday. Monday was kind of weird. Didn't feel like a ton of stuff happened. Like, work was kind of normal. I helped the QA guy do one thing. I helped my manager was having he's in the process of writing a demo for the new VP of our department, because the current VP we have changed departments and is moving to a different section of the company. So they brought a new guy in, and he wants a demonstration on what the product can do that we work on. So he's working on that. And he had me help him out with a few parts of that today, which is good. I see you down there, Woody. I don't know what you're finding down there, but yeah, other than that, it was kind of normal. Wrote some code today. Made a little bit of progress. It's been a really slow section of progress because I've been having a hard time wrapping my head around the thing I need to do, because it's a big part of the next section. So and I'm trying to get as much of it done this week, so that way at the end of the week I can be like, okay, I got this chunk done. I don't have too much left. And I also want to make sure that the guy that I'm working with has stuff to do. So I'm trying to figure that stuff out. See if I can find the list of what was up here. Do I have a thing for this? So it's been one of those things. Do I have a thing for this? When did I pre-order this? It was a while ago, right? Can I? What was in this? I don't remember what they said was going to be in this thing. Okay. So today, there really wasn't going to be a lot else. There really wasn't. I really wasn't planning on there being a ton of other stuff today, and we were going to just get right into Ace Attorney. Right as the stream started, as I was like, started my countdown, I realized it's a little water. So I went and got some. Saw the roommate for a second. He was going out on a walk. He usually does these like evening dusk-ish walks because it's a little cooler outside. There's a lot less people around. All that good stuff. And there's like a walking trail not too far from the complex. So he just goes on that. And it's really good. As he's opening the door, he kind of looks down for a second and goes, huh. Picks up a box. It's like, oh, hey, this is yours. And I was like, what is... I thought, at first I was like, oh, this must be a package from my dad. This must be one of his birthday presents. Okay, I'm gonna do something real quick before I can. Already getting a bit of the burps. So I was like, because I ordered some stuff for him. It was supposed to be here at some point, and I left the light on. Fuck. And he already set it on the counter, and I was just like, oh, that box looks about like the size of the thing that I ordered for my dad. At least one part of it. Because I ordered my dad this like cast iron smoking box for his grill. And it wasn't until I got a little closer to the box, because I was over by the I wasn't like immediately next to it, that I read, oh, that's a different thing entirely. I got my MacGuffin in today. Oh, I went to go look this up while I was sitting here going, what is inside this? It says it on the back of the damn box. I figure, you know what, let's open this sucker up for the few minutes before we start. There are a couple of other things inside here. There is a pin set, which is like 3 main characters. Which I know I should know their names by now because I've heard it, but I know this is like the main guy. That's his sister, and I think that's their dog. Assuming that's their dog. There's like a little cloth poster thing of like all the characters, which I'm not going to unwrap because I can find an image of it better than I can just unwrapping it. And there is a bunch of stuff in here. Oh, this, oh, okay. I thought this was a slide up. No, this is like a little pop-up box. Whoa. Okay. So when you popped it open, this little upper thing popped up. With like, I don't know exactly what the summoning circle is, but I don't know if they're supposed to be up against it. Like, I don't know which way it's supposed to go. But they are there. Got a copy of the game, which is cool. There's this little steelbook case. It's all nice and steelbooky. I think this is really... This is not exactly what's on the cloth poster, but it's got a lot of the same characters. I think there's some extra people on there. And then underneath that, okay. Soundtrack, which I don't have nearly enough Disgaea music in my list of shit. So I should work on that. And then last thing, which is kind of tucked in here way at the bottom. Oh, that's got a weird feel to it. thing is in here. It's the art book, like behind the scenes and everything, and it's got like an odd texture to it. It's actually kind of hard to get out. Like, it's not like a soft cover tradition. I don't know how to describe the texture on this thing, but it's very different. It's a little tiny little art book, just like bunch of characters. Bunch of the classes. Enemy classes, all that stuff. I mean, this guy. I know exactly what I'm getting into when I get this guy again. I'm gonna put this thing back. I'm gonna put this thing back in here. It does not go in there cleanly. I should say not cleanly. It doesn't like to go in there. Is the way I would describe it. Yeah. Looking in that. I got the game. I'll probably throw the game back in the box. But it's Gaia, so. I better believe I'm gonna get this guy a 6 when it came out. I guess it's just gonna sit back here. Now you guys can see it. The reason I'm being careful is because it's got my name on it. Name and address. Don't want that out there. Not if I can help it. But yeah, that'll be cool. I don't know if I'm gonna start that up right away or what, but either way, I've at least got it. All right. I don't think I have anything else to go over. That was like the surprise thing of the day, was getting my copy of this guy in. So, was there anything else? We should get started so I can have time to finish tonight. All right. All right. Cool. So last time we are at the point where even more shit has happened. We found out that what we thought was a presidential kidnapping a long time ago was actually a presidential assassination. And the original president of Zhang Fa had been assassinated a long time ago by Sirhan Dogan, who just fucking showed up because he can be like, yeah, I can just leave prison whenever I want. It's no big deal. I have ways to do that. And so we talked to him for a while to get some information out of him, and we found out that not only was he was corresponding with somebody outside the prison, but the big thing out of this was he was doing it in Braille. Like, he was writing in Braille. Somebody else was, and then we figured out because of that, somebody in the middle was translating for him. So we knew that Knightley was one of his henchmen. But now that there's a second person, and we just discovered that Knightley was Isaac Dover's. He was Isaac Dover's kid. And that somebody else had to be, what's his face? Gustavia's kid. That just kind of like vanished and was never really found. but we figured it out. Because we're pretty sure it's the fucking monkey tamer. Simon Keys. And we are currently on the way to go intercept his ass. So let's go see how this goes. And it's going to get weird from here. That's all I can tell you. It's going to get weird. All right. Let's jump in. April 6th, 5:30 p.m. Big Circus storage tent. Oh god, is he in a fucking clown costume? Oh my fucking god.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth!
Alright, I picked a different voice line for him, but I think... You guys here for the show? Mr. Keys, Miss Barry. You're a little early. I'm sorry, but we're still getting ready. But I'm so happy you came. You remembered our promise. Yes, I remembered. You asked us to come and see the show when you gave me this. I'm so happy you came. Please enjoy yourself. I'm sure my performance will surprise you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your performance has already surprised me quite a bit, Mr. Keys.
But he hasn't performed yet.
Regina, please have a look at this photo. Is this balloon property of the Very Big Circus?
Ah, it is. Did you find it flying around somewhere?
It's highly likely this balloon was used by the culprit in the case we are investigating.
Huh?
Who's in charge of the balloon?
Well, that would be Simon. But are you saying...
Mr. Keys, you flew this balloon in the middle of the night, did you not? I do occasionally practice alone at night. I'm not much of a pilot, though. I'm a little clumsy. Oh. So for practice, you do something as challenging as flying a balloon at night? Wouldn't that be rather difficult for someone who's clumsy and, not much of a pilot? And what do you think I was doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You brought Kay to the roof of the Grand Tower in order to frame her for the murder of Joe Crane. Not a single security camera recorded Kay using the elevator. Therefore, the only way she could have gotten up there was through flight. And the only one who could have flown her up there was you, Mr. Keys. No way! Mr. Edgeworth, how can you say that? Oh, that's not all I'm gonna say. You drugged John at the garbage pickup and kidnapped him. Wasn't that why you were late when you came to watch the trial of Patricia Rowland? No way! I have no idea what you're saying. There's no way I could do a thing like that. Please believe me, Mr. Edgeworth, please. I want to believe you. However, you've broken that trust yourself. That's horrible. Why would you say that? Didn't you once say that you would trust me? That you'd believe in me? That was when you didn't do a thing, but you have done a thing now. That's the difference. That's the difference, .jpg. That you did something this time. And we said a lot of things that in hindsight are just like, it's a little bit bad. I'm so sad. Those words were all lies. It wasn't a lie. We really did trust you back then. Kay, even you? You said we were like birds of a feather, and yet I'm hurt, Kay. You've hurt me deeply. Look how deeply it is. It is. There's the monkey and the thing. And Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe Simon isn't a bad guy after all. I see. So that's how you operate. I understand now, all too well. No matter who you face, you'll find an emotional weakness and exploit it. You guide each person towards the outcome you desire, without even them noticing it. That is how you were able to mastermind the entire case. Hey, tacos. Next time his music starts playing again, we'll take a second. I may have fallen for your tricks before, but not this time. Simon Keys, I indict you. So it's come to this after all. You're always so full of confidence, Mr. Edgeworth. But I rather like that, because now I can rip that confidence to shreds. I did want to note that he has the whole, like, evil jester fucking Joker motif kicking in all of a sudden. Let's just take a moment to enjoy it. My God. Like as soon as we walked in and he was dressed like in like clown costumes and what I had assumed correctly was clown makeup. I was like, oh no, here we go. Good work, everyone. Oh, his personality's completely changed. So the animal tamer who could not tame animals, that was all a facade? This is the real Simon Keys.
Simon, that's not true, is it?
Truth or lie, what difference does it make?
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth just made me a little upset, that's all. You'll take responsibility for upsetting me, right? It's true, I practiced with the balloon 2 nights ago. That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed near the building. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. There's nothing unusual about that, right? You often fly around the Grand Tower in the balloon? Yeah, even the circus needs to advertise. Regina, is that true?
Yep, it was Simon's job to advertise using the balloon. Most people who live around here should have seen it.
That balloon was used in a crime we are investigating. Like I said, it's just a coincidence. I simply happened to be passing by the Grand Tower when the photo was taken. I shall determine whether or not it's a coincidence after I hear your full story. All right. I also once we're done with the game, I will actually be able to go and get the soundtrack because I've wanted to have both Ace Attorney Investigations and Investigations 2's soundtracks in my set, but I'm like, I don't want to spoil some random ass part of the game by giving away the title of a song or something like that. Like, who knows what Simon's theme is actually titled, but that might have given some shit away. Excuse me. Was that balloon launched from this tent? It's a nice big park near Sunshine Coliseum. I always launch the balloon there. I see. In that case, how do you transport the balloon to the park? Well, it's too heavy to carry by hand. It weighs several hundred pounds. And yet, It can fly in the sky. It's amazing, isn't it? I asked you how you transport it. Now answer the question. I can't even make some small talk. You're mean, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a truck. Balloons loaded onto the back of a truck. A truck, you say? Is it? What color is said truck? The rebuttal theme is like a lot of these themes are going to be really good, and I like them a lot. But like I said, I just didn't want to look up something and spoil some shit for myself because I don't know how it was with the first Ace Attorney theme or the first investigation set of music. Maybe I would have been fine to just go for it, but I was like, I'd rather not take a chance. Yeah, the last time I took the truck on the balloon out was 2 days ago. I never looked at that piece of testimony. Hold it. Let me confirm. You haven't driven the truck since then? Oh, okay. So it wouldn't have been too bad to look at. Not the worst thing. The accordions are kind of sus. Yeah. Like that's like listening to it and going, well, that's kind of odd. That sounds like circus music. Do you really need to confirm that? I mean, I just said it like 5 seconds ago. Answer the question. Would it be inconvenient for you to do so? That's a pretty weak provocation coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. What could be inconvenient about something I've already said? Fine, I get it. That truck has been parked behind the dressing room since 2 days ago. And the balloon and the basket are still inside. Is there a problem? Oh, well, there's no problem. I simply wanted to express my thanks for that piece of testimony. So the truck was parked here for the past 2 days. Exactly what I wanted to hear, Mr. Keys. May I continue? So then, regarding the balloon... You're saying it was simply a coincidence that you were photographed near the tower? Ah, I get it. I know how you operate now, Mr. Edgeworth. I hate these fucking gnats in my room. Because I've cleaned up everything I thought I needed to clean up. And have not found anything else. Like, there's literally no open food in my room. Every container of food is closed. Or packed. There's only like one plate in my room that has anything on it. And that's from today. And these gnats have been in here for a while longer. So... You insist that a coincidence is impossible until you get your way. When you say it like that, everything will inevitably go your way. How scary. You're wrong. Mr. Edgeworth isn't like that. Okay, calm down. He's only trying to provoke an emotional response. He intends to goad us into losing our focus in order to derail the topic at hand. Now, why do you think he would do that? Because he's a clown? I mean, no, because he's trying to hide something, I guess. Exactly, Kay. We must not let up on him. However, we must continue to keep our composure. Understand? Yep. So, Simon, let me, as the assistant, to ask you a question. When you passed by the Grand Tower at that precise moment, was it really just a coincidence? We could have just left things at that, but for the sake of your assistant, I shall explain my reasoning for being there. So in addition to advertising with the balloon, you maintaining the balloon is also your job. Am I wrong? You're a real stickler for details, you know. Yeah, that's right. Ask the boss if you want. Right, boss?
Simon's in charge of cleaning and fixing and all that stuff with the balloon. I don't think anyone besides Simon could use the balloon. Has used it for a while either.
Confirms he was the one riding the balloon in the photo taken 2 days ago. However, if he's the mastermind, he must have used it today as well. Am I able to prove that? Looks like you're deep in thought. Is it really that hard to comprehend? Hot air balloons fly in the sky. In other news, the sky is blue and grass is green. Did they have an update to this? Sorry, I was checking to see if this was an update on this story or not. There's if you didn't, I don't pay attention to the Tour de France, but apparently today they had an absolutely like massive crash, and all because some spectator like tried to hold a cardboard sign in front of the camera for like well wishes for their grandmother, and like it was like the entire like squad of the bikes, like the entire like cluster of them. They might have just started, and one of the guys is like, well, I can't hit it, and like in the middle of trying to hit it, he like loses his balance, collapses, and then the entire fucking thing goes down. And here's the worst part: after they did it, they left the scene, so they don't know who the fuck this person is or where the fuck they are. So I'm trying to figure that out. I wonder about that. You flew the balloon in the middle of the night, eerily close to a certain other incident. Would you say there's nothing strange about that as well? Mr. Edgeworth, isn't that like a really leading question? Will you please stop being a naughty prosecutor? It's kind of a downer. It's a clown's job to put smiles on people's faces after all. These are my questions very skillfully. Very well, in that case, I'll simply have to make use of more direct attacks. We still don't know much about the balloon. In any case, I must draw out more information. I bet they did. I mean, you got to think. So, what I was seeing earlier today when I was hearing about the story was that person could face like up to $18,000 in fines, or 18,000 euros in fines. And could face like a year in jail for this shit. And I don't doubt they're gonna find this person. But it's like, what did you think was gonna happen, you dumbass? Thankfully, nobody got seriously injured, because that absolutely could have happened. It absolutely could have happened. We could have had some serious fucking injury on this one, and that would have been tragic, I guess to call it easily. Alright, do we have evidence that shows the balloon was out more recently than that? That's literally it, right?
Objection!
That's literally the truck. The truck you put the balloon into, was it blue by any chance? Blue? So what if it is? Today, we saw the blue truck carrying a large basket. If that truck just so happens to be yours, and your claim that it was last used 2 days ago becomes a lie. Agent Lang, Emma. Emma? Where did you get here? Okay. I didn't realize I was going to have an Emma voice on this one, but all right.
Mr. Edgeworth, I finally found you. I've been searching for you ever since the incident yesterday. I dashed right over after Kate contacted me just a little while ago.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, the thing you were looking for, I found it. It was placed in a blue truck in the dressing room parking lot.
Blue truck, as I suspected. That truck is, without a doubt, the one I saw today.
Objection!
There are a number of blue trucks out there, you know. Who's to say you're not mistaking it for a different one? It's definitely that one. I got a good look at it. Mr. Edgeworth, what was that? Wasn't me. Okay, words have no strength without evidence to back them up. Wait, that's Mr. Edgeworth's voice. Evidence. Present evidence. Do I have any evidence to prove that this was the truck I saw today? Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The truck's butt is cold to the touch. Seems to have been parked here for some time. Did you figure that out just by touching it? Oh, well, hey, now we know why Emma's here. What could prove that this is the truck I saw? I'd like to dust the truck for fingerprints. Ew, fingerprints? What for? I don't see any point in that. Oh, a certain person's fingerprints should be left on this truck. And these fingerprints will prove the truck was parked in front of the Grand Tower today. Oh, it's mine. Edgeworth, your fingerprints? Oh, indeed. Earlier today, I touched the truck at the plaza in front of the Grand Tower. I like to dust for my prints. Emma, might I request a scientific investigation?
Oh, just that's what I'm here for. Just leave it to me. All right, we're all set. Go ahead, Mr. Edgeworth.
Wait, you want me to do it?
Well, of course. Who else but Mr. Edgeworth would be up to the task? Here, I'll show you how it's done.
All right. I mean, you're the scientist. Why don't you just do it yourself?
First, we need to sprinkle some aluminum powder over the area you want to investigate. Like this. The powder will adhere to the fingerprints, so once you've sprinkled enough, you blow it away.
Please tell me I don't have to use the mic for this. Please tell me there is a button to not made to do this.
Yeah, just blow on it with your breath. Whoosh.
The power wave by using. God damn it! All right, here we go. We're gonna find out if we're gonna have to spend an hour figuring out how to get the mic to work right.
Got it?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I kind of like. I understand the reason for why she's jaded, because she wanted to be on like the forensics team, but she ended up getting on the detectives team, and that wasn't what she wanted. Oh. were talking about the tour de force thing? They got a list out of all the people who had injuries. One of the fucking cyclers has a goddamn punctured lung. That's like probably the biggest problem. Yeah, but one of the cyclers had some broken ribs, a punctured lung, and some cuts on his scalp. So it's like, oh wow, oh boy. While you're over here, because I can do this while you're over here. Not now that Stormy's walked in. Not anymore, you're not. I already know what's about to happen. Let's do. We're gonna go play. Yeah, that's real bad. I guess we'll do it for real this time.
Just so you know, the key point is to sprinkle the powder all over.
Fuck. Okay, so I need to figure out a way to microphone settings. Okay. What is the microphone button? Okay. So the way that the emulator works for this is that it has a predefined noise that it will make that's like what you would be picked up by the microphone. You just have to have a button bound for it, and I didn't have a button bound for it. I just find it funny that they're making us do this in literally the last case at like the very end. But anyways, I have a button bound for that now.
We got one. That's a nice clean fingerprint.
Let's run the prints against mine post haste.
All right, just leave it to me. Are they actually going to be his or? These are definitely your fingerprints, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, it seems to me that we've just proven your statement to be a lie. Ugh.
What were you doing when you were driving this truck around?
Just taking it for a joyride? Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. Your balloon was sighted not far from the scene. Today, there was another kidnapping in which a garbage truck was used. And once again, your truck was seen nearby. Objection! This all sounds like nothing more than pure coincidence to me. So it was pure coincidence that you parked near 2 separate kidnappings? Well, I doubt that. You were also involved in both kidnappings, weren't you? Isn't it a bit rash to automatically assume the 2 kidnappings were connected? And what if I had evidence to prove that the 2 crimes were performed by the same culprit? Oh, wait, you're serious? I can't wait to hear this. What did Kay and John's kidnappings have in common? It was the Sleepy Z's, right? Take that! Kay was knocked out with a powerful sleeping drug, and a bottle of sleeping drugs was found lying in the place where John was confined. The contents of the bottle were a match with the drugs used on Kay.
Objection!
So that's all you've got, huh? And here I was, getting my hopes up. So the same sleeping drugs were used. So what? You think it connects the two incidents? Surely you must realize it yourself. It doesn't prove a thing. There must be something. Evidence that proves he's connected to those cases. The police, prosecutors, and even you, Mr. Edgeworth, in the end, you're all the same. You make up evidence as you see fit just so you can send some poor soul to prison. Isn't there someone like that here? A poor soul who was wrongly accused in the past? Yeah, Kay. She was, and we fixed that. You're wrong. Who would do such a thing?
Objection!
Then show me the evidence. If you're going to accuse me of a crime, it's only natural. I will say, I have a new method for like closing my door, for basically keeping my door cracked. It has like stymied one thing that used to happen all the time, which was that the cats would run into my room full force. Oh yeah, no, he went full on like. That is not a normal noise. I gotta go see what the cats just got into. And yes, Chthonic One, he's in full clown mode now. What the hell is that? Hey, you wanna run? I just wanna know what the hell you just got in there. You okay? Probably that. Okay. I figured out what it was. I have like a little can of like air freshener that sits on my tub. The cat must have like tapped it, so it kind of went and just like knocked back on itself and made a noise. Oh, don't worry. I hope we get his theme song again, because that's going to be really good. Ugh, it's no use. Can't seem to find any other threads linking him to the kidnappings. Now then, have you finally run out of ammo, Mr. Edgeworth? I still have preparations to make at the circus, so if you'll excuse me.
Objection!
Now, you two, there's no need to get so heated. And Simon, you're looking good in that clown makeup. Hey, what's your deal? Don't just butt in like that. Uncle Ray's not so good at just such a stiff environment. I mean, why so serious, right? Hey, they went for it. Hey, Kay, how about a little trick? At last, my moment has finally arrived. The great Kay Faraday presents a Simon impression. Objection. What are you? What? Enough already. Hey, Miles. I'm buying you some time to get all your ducks in a row. There's probably a better way to stall for time than this, but whatevs. Woo, nice one, Kay. I'm not sure about this method either, but I have to find something that connects Simon to the case, and I need to find it now. Is there evidence not related to the kidnapping that's connected to the mastermind's identity? That's it. The mastermind is the same person as the young acolyte Dogen was looking for. If I can just connect the young acolyte to Simon... Which piece of evidence could be connected with the mastermind's true identity? Oh boy. Which piece of evidence could be connected with the mastermind's true identity? I would think this, because this is like the most recent thing that we have that's like, yes, the mastermind specifically did this. But it isn't really related to the kidnappings directly.
Take that!
Okay. Nightly and Dogen both communicated through a certain individual. Oh, I'm not going to read the rest of Dogen's lines. We've already read this shit. Basically, the person who was transcribing the letter from Braille to type, depending on who it was going to, that's it. The mastermind played a role in the correspondence chest. If I can prove that it was Simon, then that's enough. I can't stomach any more of your sorry excuse for a performance. If you have no more objections, then I ask you to let me get back to my preparing for the show. Oh, well, thank you for the help, Mr. Shields. Although, you may have taken it a bit too far. You sure look happy. I take it you found something? Look at me, I'm Simon. Simon's the clown. The funny clown. Okay, you can stop now. Now, Mr. Keys, do you ever like chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say I dislike chess. The mastermind played correspondence chess with Sirhan Dogen. If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogen, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the mastermind? Oh, there was no way it was Knightley could have been the mastermind. The reason being, the mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. So you're saying that you think I'm the middleman? Why would I go to all that trouble and do something like that? Most likely, to make it appear as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dogen. And, as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland. Wait, no way! Are you saying it was all set up so that he would be killed by her?
Objection.
Oh, I get it now. It's to get revenge on them. This is all so... The second case was all, or the third case was all a setup, right? Or was the second case? The prison case was all a setup to get Patricia Rowland convicted. The fourth case was him doing everything in his power to get us involved so we would get Blaze convicted. And then this last one was him just killing what's his face? The body double. What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Look at me. It takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. Only just a scrap of the letter he exchanged with Knightley had remained. Be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. Could be decisive. Need a warrant for that. If it's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. Oh, excuse me? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. Where's the point in living in the past? Does that mean he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you've said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence, just one step behind it. What should I do? Am I out of moves? Without any evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that?
Oh, excuse me.
Miss Barry, what's on her mind?
I've been listening in on what you were all saying, and, when you say that Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right?
Yes, that's correct. Does she know something?
This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon.
Oh, what? What did you say? That's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Miss Berry, please let me see that letter.
Okay, here you go.
Hey, quick, open it. This is a correspondence chess letter. This is the response to Dogen's last move. Now, can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at chess against me, right? The postmark is March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. Seems the letter arrived late.
If the circus moves around so much, a lot of the mail people send us arrives late.
Well, now why was this letter addressed to you? This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Normally, you transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen. And in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere? Simon, why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Don't be ridiculous. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. Oh, because he was the tied up kid. He was the tied up kid, and Knightley was the other kid. Was the other kid? Was the one who was like that's Knightley is Gustavia's kid, and this is Dane. What the fuck is his name? Dane. It's not Dane. Dane's not. It's Dover? Isaac Dover, yeah. He's Isaac Dover's kid, which is funny because if we look at it, do we have a picture of Isaac in here somewhere? He even updated his profile picture. We don't have a picture of Isaac, and we don't have a picture of Gustavia. But I imagine if we compared Simon to Isaac Dover, they'd look really, really close. Wait, the other way around? Are you sure? We'll see. Let's see what happens here, because I was under the impression that Simon, have I been saying it backwards? I was under the impression that Isaac Dover's son was Simon and Dane Gustavia's son was Knightley. Like I had him backwards. Maybe. You know what? Let's just keep going. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm more than likely wrong. But let's just see. 18 years ago, wouldn't that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died in the snowstorm that day. Well, I was on my way to the contest venue where my father was waiting. Yeah, see, he was Isaac Dover. Or wait, no, was he? No. Knightley suddenly appeared. He held me down and tied my hands and feet with tears streaming down his face. He kept apologizing. My dad's too scary. I can't disobey him. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Oh, do I need to... Stop it, Horace. I promised my dad. I said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad'll be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world. Okay, so yeah, I did have it backwards. Gustavia was Simon's kid because he was the one who had the problem with not being able to taste any of his desserts. And Dover, Isaac Dover, kidnapped Gustavia's son to prevent him from tasting the desserts. Yeah, that was the thing I got backward. Oh, not backwards, but I was like, for some reason I thought it was Isaac Dover's son that got stopped and not the other way around. I'm gonna let everyone know that my dad's desserts are the best in the world. After that, he locked us in a car. It was so cold, I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then, I lost my father. What? Your father? Horace Knightley was the son of a murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. See, he looks so close to Isaac Dover. Like... He's so close. But I guess Knightley has... I guess more of the defined... I don't know. Fuck it. Genes are weird. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. So it wasn't until later that I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the IS-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. So that was the name of Knightley's father. That lowlife scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of him makes me sick. Wait, so you knew who the culprit was all along? Huh, of course not. Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up his own father. Or set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew that the one who had died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder, that traitor. He was the son of a killer, so naturally they ended up dead. It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover, at the time, he was actively working as a sculptor in France under the name Pierre Hoquet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say I don't remember that at all. Oh, it's only natural you don't remember. After all, he's not your real father. Wait, what? Is that supposed to be a joke? I'm not amused. Oh, you won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son. I had it right. I had it fucking right. He is... What? No. No. I had it wrong. I'm getting myself fucking twisted here. What's that? Is that Knightley's chessboard and his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There's 2 letters inscribed in it. That is the seal for Pierre Hoquet, used as his signature. 18 years ago, it was found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means I'm... In other words, you are Dane Gustavia's son. That's a lie. After all, my father is... My memories are... Was it flipped? I lost my father because Knightley locked me up in the car. That's why I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well. I don't even remember what the fuck his voice was for that. Really? Didn't even be able to see a circus show, even in prison? Heh. I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well. Yeah, please look forward to it. Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move. Oh yeah, I left something special inside that chessboard for you. You should check it out later. Wait, something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. I owe you one, Simon. Well, you had stopped me 18 years ago. It wouldn't have had to come to this. Wait, huh? Did you say something? No, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Well, that means it was all for nothing? I didn't want to become some weakling who could be killed by anyone. That's why I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dogan's footsteps. This finally proves that Simon Keyes, you are Dogan's correspondence chess partner and the mastermind behind this case. That's right. It was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all. I'm just gonna let this song roll for a second while I drink a nice drink of water. It's finally showing its true colors. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago. President Huang's assassination. So the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes. When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spent the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right? However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaise Devastain was the chief prosecutor, Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who would set those two in motion. Though he was a fake, I was up against the nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. If this story is true, well, it's ironic then. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. If I followed in his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right, now it's my turn. My turn to devour those who would feed upon me. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police? No way, no way, no way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning that things would turn out like this. The evidence for Patricia Rowland's trial. So he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed? I see. So that's why you had kidnapped John. To force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence.
Objection!
Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different from those of the people you so despise.
Objection.
That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way, no way. I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to exact such sweet revenge. So you admit it? Your motive was revenge? Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I had a grudge against those creeps, but it's not like I'm the only one who actually killed them, you know? Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets and let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. It's not like I had anything to do with it.
You mean to say that the murder was nothing more than a result of that?
Yep, just like the case at Gourd Lake, it was way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. It's also part of his plan? Wait, if that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your... Nucleus, I am using an emulator called Desmume? I am probably saying that horribly wrong. Let me drop you a link. We are currently playing on emulator because this game has never been officially released in America. And fuck you, Capcom, for not doing that. You need to do this shit right now. Do it. Release this shit. Give us, you know what? If you want to do it, give us like the little remaster touch you did for Ace Attorney 1 through 3. Do it on this. Do it on both these games. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Okay, I'm gonna just straight up tell you now, this game is fucking incredible. There's a fan translation patch for this game out that you can find. It's not that hard to find. If you look up Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor's Path, you will find it. I will tell you, Nucleus, if you don't want spoilers, we are literally at the end of the entire game. This is like the last encounter. So if you don't want spoilers, please, by all means, drop a follow and come back later. But fair warning, we are right at the end of the game. So, and this is like one of the best entries in the entire game. You're welcome, dude. I'll see you later. Stop back by again. Come on back by. Thank you for the follow, man. Come on back by when I'm not playing Ace Attorney and check it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dude. All right. On that note, let's jump back over. Let's continue here. Whoa! Don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. I'm not clicking the window, am I? Well, I ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out. How can you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan by using the correspondence chess match and the chisel in the chessboard. Wait, you mean you're the one that made that chisel? You're the one that prepared it? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? And it was all to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. Pawn? Me? When you solved their cases, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic.
Objection!
I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? What did you? All I had to do would go was, no way, no way, no way, and act all scared. And you totally believed me. You were giving it your all, trying to save me. So your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic? Well, to be fair, getting arrested wasn't really part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon, honestly, I kind of broke out in a cold sweat. I thought it'd be curtains for me for sure. Then a turnabout of miracle proportions. The genius prosecutor himself come to my rescue. Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me, the one you saved? You should be grateful. I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney. You're wrong. He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Andrew was always serious about saving people. Even times when he saved me in the past. Oops, didn't have that on. Oh well. Is that so? Are you sure he's not just trying to emulate his own father, the one he admires so much? Absolutely not. That's not true at all. Now, Kay. The person he's talking about isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly, he's not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he can't even comprehend. Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Surely, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However... Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? I instigated murder? There's not a single word about that in that letter, is there? If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove that. What the fuck is this guy's problem? What are you saying? You kidnapped me. I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? We're not even to that part of the timeline yet. The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters. But that's... Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercion. I simply conveyed information that each recipient would find beneficial. It's like if his hands weren't out here, he would have Mr. Shady Hands. Like hand positions over here. You crafty little... Well, can't we do something about it? What was it that he said? Integrating murder? Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself. So we just have to find proof that he directed those murders. You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little bit. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion.
The police are waiting for you outside this tent. You've got nowhere to run.
Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? For example, let's say I gave an order so that the animals here attacked you. Now what if I were to take my leave during the ensuing chaos?
What did you say? You can't be serious.
It's just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting. I would also be extremely impressed by your ability to flash step because you are not standing next to John right now. John is probably not immediately in your line of sight. That would be an impressive flash step. Just he's over here. And he's just next to John with a gun, and you're like, oh, fuck. How did we let this happen? Again. We keep letting people flash step next to us. We shouldn't do it. I wouldn't be surprised by the hidden gun at this point. Like, I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
I will never allow you to do such a thing.
I can't tell whether Simon is being serious or not. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility. If you continue to bore me with your drivel, I'll end the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections. Oh. No pressing. Got it. Wait, is it no pressing or is it like is it double punishment for fucking up? Because usually when they do this, it's like you can't press anything. You can't like push for extra information. I might save at the beginning of this just to like confirm and then reset because well, maybe it won't matter, but just in case. There's some way I can charge him with his crimes. All right. Bop bop. Bop it up, bop bop. Usually when they say you don't make any frivolous statements, it usually just means don't press him. But we're going to find out. Or maybe it's like press on the specific one that's the problem. Let's see here. Okay, that one. I instigated a murder. There's not a single word about that in that letter. You know what? Let's just find out right away.
Hold it!
You incited others to commit murder, and they did so. If proof of that was established, you'd be charged if you committed the murders yourself. I know I heard it a while ago, but what's the technical term again? It's instigating murder, Kay. Blaze, Patricia, Roland, and Knightley. Their crimes are unforgivable, of course. However, the one who pulled the strings from behind the scenes and drove them to all the murder was none other than you, Simon Keyes. Mr. Answorth, you really do speak your mind freely, but you know... Okay, so it isn't pressing that gets you anything bad, necessarily, as far as I can tell. It's presenting bad evidence is double penalty. 2 points instead of 1. Got it. Can do. There's not a single word? Oh, does that surprise you? You'd reach the same conclusion if you looked at it. Given his composure, I'd say he's not bluffing. Does this mean that every single word in his letter had been carefully calculated? You think you already know what to present? Well, let's get through this and then I'll actually take a look at it. Because I haven't even started necessarily thinking about it, but we'll see. Well, I guess you could say this is like teaching a monkey to climb a tree. Unless you can somehow prove that I caused those murders, you've got nothing on me. Ergo, you can't accuse me of instigating murder. What a shame, Mr. Edgeworth. I know you instigated the murders. Oh, we don't have that on evidence anymore, though. You told me yourself.
Objection!
But you know, the funny thing is, it means absolutely nothing if you have no proof. I mean, there's no way I'd ever say something like that. No way, no way, no way, no way. Ugh, so true. It means absolutely nothing if I can't prove it. There was some evidence that could prove that what he said over the phone. Oh. Well, there you go. That's how you do it.
Hold it!
Maybe you did say it. Did you or did you not? It doesn't really matter whether I did or didn't. That's not what's important. I'm sure you know full well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way to prove it. There's no way any proof could exist. If I find some sort of proof, my arguments are meaningless. Should I press him to draw out more information or review the evidence? At any rate, I must find some way to break through his defense. He confessed to me over the phone. He told me he had Blaze kill Miss Crane. Only there was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. Okay, hang on. I have to do one thing. One of the side effects of leaving my door open so the cats can come in during the evening, at least before my roommates go to bed, is that it's actually a lot colder in my room. I meant to ask the roommates. Actually, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna be like, hey, are you guys cool with the AC where it's at? Like it's like 71 in my room, which is not bad, but like because I have my fan on low, I have to like the AC. I like intentionally designed my room that where I'm going to be sitting most of the time, the AC is blowing on me directly. It just, for whatever reason, is really super cold in the room today. So I'm like, I'm gonna put a hoodie on until the room warms up a little bit, and ask the guys about it, because if they're fine with it, like if it's good in their rooms and they're cool with it, I can just put a hoodie on whenever it gets like this. But because like again, at least with this, I can always take it off once I get to a good temperature. But like, then I don't have the AC like blowing on me directly. In hindsight, that may not have been the smartest place to put my bed, or to put my desk. But I didn't really have another good spot to do it because like all the power plugs are on. Not sure. Huh? Who's sending me stuff? Alright. Anyways. Okay. There's no way for you to prove it. Huh? Oh. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I saw that thing and I was like, did I legit leave the, did I like somehow change the name of the game and forget to do it this entire time? That would have been really fucking awkward. All right. So maybe you did say it, but there's no way to prove it.
Hold it!
That's not what I wanted. Son of a... All right. Let's go here, here, here. And then we're going to go... Does it actually specifically say it on there?
Objection!
It doesn't specifically say it. But we do know what happened at that point. It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself. Yeah, we got that a while ago. Didn't I say that? I really don't remember that. You may think you can deceive us as much as you want, but unfortunately for you, you used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversation. But there was someone who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. It was recorded? Oh no, is this a two-party state? Is that not admissible in court? Am I safe?
In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape? Like G says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes, and this is what he meant.
Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape again.
Roger. Ah, it's right about here.
Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. I don't even remember what I had for his voice. I know I had it real fucked. I had it like around here. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen on this too. Very well. This is where it starts.
Well, I must say,
Huh? That's odd.
What's wrong?
Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point.
What? Oh, that's bad for us. That up. Turn that back to there. Did I have it there? Or did I have it there? I think I have it there. A little bit of down pitch. Wait, why? Why wasn't it recorded? Too bad, so sad. Did you really think I'd leave behind such incriminating evidence? The bug I played has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with the remote control. Oh, what? Oh, well. What? That sort of thing exists?
Certainly, remote control listening devices do exist. However,
You're saying that you switched off the device so that your own voice would not get recorded?
Precisely. Possible. Couldn't have done that unless you knew we were being recorded.
Objection!
Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping. Tell me, you were listening in on that conversation? That's right. Though, come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my, what was the end result of all this? Since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over.
Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording no help to you at all? Ain't there something? Anything at all in my recording?
Swift? Okay. Yeah? The bug was planted in your badge, right? Do you have any ideas? Well, how do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head?
You were the only one who came in contact with the culprit.
Objection!
How unsightly. You're all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next. What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation all of a sudden. Only Kay came in contact with Simon? If any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording?
Well, since 2 nights ago, I reckon.
2 nights ago? Well, in that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? Okay, so it was 2 nights ago that Kay got kidnapped, right? I'm remembering this right? It was 2 nights ago that Kay got kidnapped? Because it was the last night that the double got killed. 2 nights ago, Simon brought Kay to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame, Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago.
Huh? Well, okie dokie.
This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Isn't there anything recorded? What the fuck? Oh wait, that was...
A gunshot.
Seems you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No. Oops, I had the phone voice on for him for that. No, there is a gun. There is someone connected to a case who fired a gun. Let's strike the evidence that point to that person. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to this case? Didn't the president, didn't the body double have gunpowder residue on his hands? Yes.
Take that!
It's written right here in the body double's autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time that this gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at that time.
What do you mean in the double? Ah, so we have to be talked for a brief moment. The body double noticed something and had me leave before him.
Now, what if that gunshot had rang out after that? You can clearly hear it in the recording. I doubt you would have noticed it. You wouldn't have noticed it. Do you intend to feign ignorance to the very end? That's nothing more than mere conjecture.
What we heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. It was probably enough that he was able to
Lay himself down. Let himself down. Sorry, roommates are talking about, the roommate and I are talking about the AC. Because, like, he's also feeling the cool. For a while there, it wasn't really getting hot enough for the AC to be running constantly, so we had to have it on so the room didn't just get stale as hell. But now that's actually gonna be warm enough outside for it to really be like our AC to kick on properly during the day. I think we have it cranked too low, so we're probably gonna raise it a degree or two to just get it to not be constantly pumping.
If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something.
The body double was aiming at Simon then. The bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? What the fuck?
Take that!
Yeah, it has to be the balloon. I was like, wait, are they trying to tell me it was something else? The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket. Wait, let's examine it immediately then. Oh, let's bring it up here so y'all can see it. Hello. This hole. It's a bullet hole. A bullet hole was found in the basket. You'll be able to talk your way out of this one. We might be able to get Simon on an actual murder here. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and the bullet hole? Because I imagine you'd have to explain both at this point. So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you.
Spit it out already.
Okay. No need to be impatient. Gosh. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the devil noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. Then he pointed a gun at me and fired. Why did he want to shoot the balloon down? It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Oh. That actually tracks.
Kill me?
That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was likely showing him the evidence that he was a fake. You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past? Afraid? Well, that's exactly right. The body double was a coward after all. Even I remember how his hands were trembling as he fired the gun in my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance, just a friendly witness who was passing by. Alright, what can we do here?
Hold it!
Where's that? Let's press to see what we get out of him. I wonder what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time that Miss Courtney and the companion and company were on the roof, right?
Yes, it was indeed around that time.
There doesn't seem to be any contradictions here. However, the time frame is important. And it was at that moment.
Hold it!
Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations? There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I guess what would have happened. I guess I could guess what would have happened, though. The devil had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that? Did you? Did you know how much trouble you were in, Miss Courtney? You almost died.
No, I did not realize it.
Simply because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? If things had gone badly, your kid might have died because of you, and you might have died. Oi, I'm your opponent, not her. I am the captain. Look at me. Don't change the topic. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me.
My apologies, President Edward. Oh, goddess of law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid.
Oh man, we are actually getting guidance from her. I don't know if I'm gonna need those +1s on my rolls, but I'll take it. You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon. Nobody ever looks up.
Hold it!
You had her leave ahead of him? Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her? Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. Whatever emotion you have towards that man, please put them aside until at least it's all over. For now, continue your story. As you wish. And so that cowardly body double must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. The bullet struck the balloon's basket clean. I panicked and tried to get away so he wouldn't shoot me down, but talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away right then? That's right. Is there a problem? Wait, is there a problem with this thing? Let's just say there is, for argument's sake. You must have placed Kay on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, well, that's right. Oh, I forgot. Oops. After the body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof. Please add that statement to your testimony. Sure thing. I don't mind. The balloon's basket? It's probably not drastically heavy. Like, it's decently heavy, but not like unmanageably heavy, I don't think.
Hold it!
You mean the hatch that leads to the hidden storeroom for the black market auction house that, like, wasn't ever hidden. It's just a hatch that's on the roof. Like, every time I've looked at that and saw it, I'm like, how did no one, like, look at that and go, what's that hatch lead to? No one questioned it? I thought that was very odd. Black market auction? Huh? I don't really want to remember, but that was 2 days ago, right? Indeed. Black market auction was held on the 50th floor of the Grand Tower. A lot of people must have been coming and going through that storeroom during the incident. Indeed. Oh, actually, that was Kay saying that, wasn't it? If the double truly did enter the storeroom as Simon said, it's strange that no one noticed him. The problem here is when the incident occurred. If we know the precise moment, then a certain piece of evidence may come in handy. Eyewitness testimony from the balloon. Well, so that means if Simon hadn't come, Judge Courtney would probably have been in danger. So wouldn't that mean he saved her life? The motive behind Mr. Keyes' actions was probably not so noble. After all, this man was there to commit a crime, just like the fake president. To expose his crimes, I need to listen carefully to his testimony. There must be an opening somewhere. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's check here. Maybe he had it on his right hand, which I guess that makes sense. So that's not a thing. So that doesn't help us. Or wait, does it help us? Does it help us? Because if Lana said the president never passed through the storeroom 2 nights ago, is that a problem for him? Where did the president go if he didn't go through the storeroom?
Objection!
Yeah, okay, hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Once again, you've lied to me. Lied? The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it. What? How can you trust that sham journalist's testimony? What'd you say?
You can't insult my mentor like that.
2 nights ago, that lady was stalking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did the body double leave the roof? Oh. Oh. What if our order of events is a little off here? What if our order of events is a little off? What if he landed on the roof to do this? Put Kay down. Tried to take off. Saw the president thing happen. The guy shot him, jumped after him, and that was enough to weigh it down, and he came crashing down and it and squished his ass. What if that's what happened? Is that basket heavy enough to have crushed someone? I wonder.
Indeed, that's what we must prove now. If he did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof, then only one route remains. Please let me pick it. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor?
Take that!
Oh, the body double flew. He flew? Simon Keys, he rode in your balloon.
Objection!
Hey, stop joking around. Why would I have needed to give the body double a lift?
Objection!
The elevator had a security camera, and the 51st floor was being watched by Miss Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the roof.
Objection!
At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. You think you've got me cornered? Sorry, but the show ends here. What? Hey you, Lana, was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood watch on the 51st floor the entire time without any breaks? Oh, well, shit. Well, the wrecking course, there ain't no mistakes in my testimony.
Objection!
Really now? But didn't the sound of Mr. Edwards' assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint? Well, what's your point? Nobody's perfect. Look at her, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on. Kay fell into the storm after the body double had left the roof. In that case, I have a theory on how things happened. After the cowardly body double fired a shot at me, he went and hid in the shadows until Kay fell into the storeroom. What? Well, so what if he was hiding? I don't know whose voice he's trying to imitate here. Good grief, you guys still haven't noticed? What if the body double had stayed hidden until Lotta fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor. Well, that can't be. I don't know who he's trying to mimic here. Precisely. The locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. Oh, he's trying to do it in Edgeworth's voice. Okay. He even said it in my voice. But wait, there's more. I told the hidden body double about John Marsh. That's why he attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John. John had no motive to kill the body double. He knew. He knew he was the real president's son. And how would he have known that? Because I told him so in a letter. Excuse me? What? When?
That is a lie.
Yep, it's all a lie. Huh? But then again, maybe not. Maybe I really did tell him. Right, John? Fuck. I don't even know what the fuck I was doing for his voice. I think we're using Lotta's and doing this. It's true that I caused Mozilla's head to fall, but I didn't know about my dad until today. I'm not lying. Oh, really? I wonder about that. I found out about the head falling thanks to the bug. Now, you were the one who caused it to fall, and the body double was crushed to death. Well, that settles it. You're the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations. All the pieces of the puzzle are now in place, as Mr. Edgeworth would say. Logic fits. And now then, any rebuttals? It's like, this is the point where it's like, yes, the enemy doesn't get to play by the rules because he doesn't have any evidence that that letter exists. But but he doesn't have to worry about proving that. But that's besides the point. Manipulating humans into fighting with each other sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing to Knightley and Blaze. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The body double was crushed by the monster's head, right? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? You can't prove a negative. Apparently you can in the Ace Attorney world. Do you remember now who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I proved that I provided them. What? The truth that I provided them with gave them a big motive for murder. Get it? Those two tried to kill each other because of the truth you're so fond of. Impossible. Yeah, really impossible because he doesn't have any evidence of that. Hey, you detectives over there, hurry up and arrest this murderer. What's wrong? Why aren't you moving? I thought so. Just admit it. In the end, aren't you all the same as the Blaze and the body double? You ignore the prime suspect and come after me without any evidence. How easily can it can be distorted to suit your needs? This law you all believe in.
That's by no means is true.
If you're not gonna arrest anyone, maybe I should have gone with this. I should have a talk with the policeman outside. If I tell them that John Marsh is the killer, they'll be forced to take action. Simon Keith, your testimony isn't over yet. Really? I figured you'd try to stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? You don't have any evidence of this fucking letter you seem to have claimed of. But sure, all right. You don't, which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still plan to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk. Well, that's easy. That much? It's only natural after all. The fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here. Hey, Miles. Got a moment? Why don't you take a nice, deep breath? Mr. Shields? At times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. The point of contention between your logic and his claims lies in the body double's escape route. How's about, for example, we think of it like this. What's important isn't whether or not the body double got on the balloon, but rather, if we were to assume he did, what circumstances would have allowed for that? What am I thinking around? Well, all I'm doing is a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help? You need a hug? Is that what you need here? Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get on the balloon? That's right. The body double not only had a large build, but he also had a gun. And in spite of that, no traces of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means it can't be. Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready yet? I hope you haven't forgot about this. Oh, this is bad. I somehow must break his testimony after I take a quick-ass save. Because I don't feel like redoing all of that again. It's the perfect spot for Gregory's theme to just sort of like, let's take a moment and just relax and do what your dad would do. Perfect. And your dad would take a safety save. Because why not? Alright. Let's see what we can get out of him. So you manipulated the body double and John to your will? You seem rather persistent about that, aren't you? Very much so. I'm an animal tamer after all. And isn't the greatest animal in the world? Man. I just tell people the truth in order to help them get revenge. They should be thanking me. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm kind of scared. Steel yourself, Kay. One who sows the seeds of revenge as a chest. This is an opportunity we must stop at all costs. The sins of the past are scary, so scary you'll never see your retribution coming. That's the wrong button. But you know what? It's fine.
Hold it!
So you still intend to insist that you were not directly involved to the very end? Right. I never dirtied my own hands. I just like to watch. You know what it's like. As they hate and kill each other, never realizing that they were being manipulated all along.
Just like you did 12 years ago.
You mean the SS5 incident? That's so funny. If I remember correctly, all your father's hard work amounted to nothing. Wouldn't you normally call someone like that just incompetent?
You!
Agent Lang, restrain yourself.
Damn. Imagine kind of just like stomping back and forth, like just getting his anger out.
We don't know the conclusion your father arrived at. However, you're here now because we chased after his footsteps. Sorry to interrupt your little moment, but I don't believe that kind of idealism will solve anything here. Besides... There's no way I could have given the body double a ride in my hot air balloon. That's the only way he could have gotten off the tower. Well, let's suppose that was the case. Even if I had carried the body double down. What's the problem with that? So you admit it, you did carry the body double down. Let's not make a fuss over absurd opinions, Mr. Edgeworth. That's just not like you at all. You think the body double held me at gunpoint and asked me to go on a sightseeing joyride? There's no way that could have happened. And you know that full well, don't you? possible you negotiated with him by using the information about John as a bribe.
Objection.
But he shot at me, remember? There's just no way we can negotiate.
Well, in that case, what if you used the sleeping drugs and transported him while he was knocked out?
Objection.
How many drugs in the system? Allow me to ask, have they detected any traces of sleeping drugs in his body? Oh, God, he keeps doing them. Really off-putting.
Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there something more interesting we should be talking about?
Hold it.
I'd like to propose a question. Was the double really crushed beneath the monster's head?
Objection.
Huh. For a genius prosecutor, you sure are quick to withdraw your previous statements. Weren't you the one who deduced he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with?
Objection.
Indeed. I certainly came to that conclusion once before. However, that was when we knew nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death.
Objection.
New? Why the past tense? It's not like there's anything else you know. The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. An unshakable fact.
Nothing else? Some decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president.
How unsightly, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you stop this useless struggle? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is? Remember?
Before we press real quick. Gunshot.
Never fear, I'll guard the gas tank. I'll stop Simon from trying to escape with the balloon.
I don't know how to imagine you would try a stunt like that. You think it's the bottom of the tank? I can see it. We can't examine that just yet, but I can see it. That's like what 90% of the weight in this thing is. I was kind of thinking it was that, but it's not letting me examine it, so
Never fear, just focus on putting him behind bars, Mr. Edgeworth.
Actually, wait, is there a... No... Yeah, okay. I was like, maybe it's like over here? He definitely didn't pierce the tank. And it doesn't even look like he actually pierced the bottom of it enough for it to, like, go through. Like, there's not even a bullet hole on this side. You only see the bullet hole on the bottom side of it. Like, it didn't get all the way through. So, All right, well, let's at least see what he has to say here, because we're presenting everything for that content. Certainly the one who caused the monster's head to fall was John. However,
Even John himself admits to that. Well then, doesn't that settle everything? Good job, guys. Case closed. The one who killed the double was John Marsh, and since the police just happened to be here...
you think that's gunpowder residue on there? I don't know what that stain is supposed to be. I wouldn't think it would be gunpowder residue because I wouldn't think it would stain like that, but fuck, I don't know. No, not yet. There's still room for further investigation.
Don't force yourself. Well then, tell me, what else is there to investigate? And if you can, I want that kid arrested as soon as possible. Aren't you going to overlook... You aren't going to overlook any crime, are you? Am I wrong?
I could see it.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? Is there really no hope left?
Hey, Mr. Keys killed the double. And the murder could have only occurred when the two met face to face. And he had with him at the time. That must be the real murder weapon.
Darn it! Does he intend to play innocent till the very end?
The body double's cause of death was rather unique. He was crushed under the monster. If he was crushed under the monster's head,
The killer would be John after all. Is there anything else that could have crushed the double?
something that could have crushed the body double. All right, let's take a look at some evidence here. All right, so the stain on his suit is pollen from lion lilies, resulting from tremendous pressure. I don't. Unless this guy gives us something different. The gunshot the body double fired by the body double was recorded on tape. This is where the bullet hit its mark. There's no way Simon can deny that now. Mr. Edgeworth, you absolutely have to expose the truth. Even I got kidnapped in order to steal this evidence. You need to decide whether or not I can call that stealing. Of course, that was my intention all along. I absolutely won't let it escape. What is the examination on this? I took a ride in this basket, didn't I? Indeed. You've been drugged, so it would make sense if you don't remember it. Aw, you could have at least kept me awake so I could enjoy the hot air balloon ride. I'll never forgive you, Mr. Mastermind. Beat him to a pulp, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to disappoint you, Kate, but if I did that, I'd be arrested for battery. Nothing else in here. Once we've proven he's the culprit, let's tie him up with this rope. As an expert in rope escapes, I know how to make knots that can never be untied. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but handcuffs seem like a much more reliable alternative. Do we have anything? So it can't be the lion lilies, because I believe, if memory serves me, right, John stole that in order to hide the connection to his mom. How are we proving this? So we know he was crushed. Oh God, excuse me. No, he was crushed. Did I save? Did I save before this? I don't remember if I saved before this. I'm gonna save because again, it's two mistakes and you're out. So yeah, we're absolutely saving to make sure we hit this right. There's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. Is there a way that we can prove that? Doesn't appear to have any... None of those items. I don't think there's anything else on the side of the balloon. We already sort of like skimmed over. There wasn't anything around. I didn't see any pollen in the basket. It's like, it's just the robe. Kind of what I'm skimming for here. I mean, at this point, I kind of like, I don't know how we get out of this yet, but because this is the thing, the evidence doesn't, like, I'm willing to try it. The evidence doesn't say anything specifically that's like, ah, yes, he was crushed by this, unless we're just trying to present another possibility. But I don't even know if that's good enough. I swear to God, there's like, you might see him fly. I don't know if you guys can even see him on the where the camera is right now, but like.
Objection!
Okay, so we are just proving that it's possible. We are proving the potential of another murder weapon. I wasn't sure if that's what we were going with or not. I really wasn't. John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Quit clowning around. This isn't like you at all. Oh, I get it. Since John's supposed to understand the heart of a monster, the only one who understands the heart of a monster is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know. Stop being so modest. Didn't you say you have one very important friend? A monster that you control at will. Simon Keys, you're the one who killed the body double. That's...
The lion balloon?
a monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John and the body double. Probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. Oh, you know what? That would make a lot more sense. If he just like fucking squished the guy on the rooftop and then like put him in the basket and took him away. I was really focused on this idea of him like hanging from the basket and falling 50 floors. But that wouldn't work because he probably would have died as well.
I see. Although it floats in the air, that balloon still weighs several hundred pounds.
When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself. And that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on, or that he was carrying a gun, none of it mattered. Because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse.
Objection!
Hold on a sec, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago? Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. This is a good point. I don't know how the body gets where it's supposed to be. What did you say? That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Wait, last night? That's right. The very night that the Mozilla head fell. You okay over there? Well, Johnny boy, come on. How about telling us the truth?
You killed your father, right? I know the feeling.
Every time we get to this point, I'm like, hey, he wasn't his father. So there's already that point. But besides the point.
You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever.
I want that one.
You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad. Oh, not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself?
Logic wrong?
Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic.
All the time of death matched up, and the logic would fit. Perhaps he did something to throw off the time of death? Is there something that could have been done to throw the time of death off? Maybe.
And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the IS-7 incident.
Hey, Gustavia and the IS-7 incident? That's it. Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Are we saying he did the same thing? Really? We're gonna go there? Are we really going there? Are we really going there?
It's a shame I didn't get to witness his destruction. How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon? I'm scared. I'm just so scared. Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets? I couldn't care less about my father left me alone. Even if we share the same blood, that man is not my father.
Oh, I hate to say it, but like father, like son, you're the spitting image of him, Simon. Your father hated you so much. The father you hated so much.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It must have been fate. By the sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method your father did to throw off the victim's time of death. Oh! I completely forgot that it was a refrigerated warehouse nearby.
The refrigerated warehouse.
You're saying I threw off the time of death? How would I have done that?
The answer lies in where you hit the body double's body. This was the place you used to hide the body.
Take that!
They did say it was very much recently used, but the AC had been turned off recently. And yeah, it's very appropriate that both the father and the son used the same method to hide a body. Turning off the time of death by freezing the body along with John's kidnapping? Seems that everything is coming together.
The kidnapping? Why are we going back to that? I don't know a thing about it.
Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right. We kept the body devil's corpse in that very same warehouse. I hate this fucking... 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the exact same way.
What? My father? The one who abandoned me did the same thing?
Who would have guessed that both father and son used the same method?
Objection!
There was T-posing out here.
Stop it. Don't lump me up with it. Don't lump me in with that guy. My father, I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us.
Objection!
Well, you may think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavi still remains. You both still have that really fucking annoying laugh. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? Oh, that's right. No, he's not T-posing. He's fucking Raging Demon Akuma posing. That may have come as a shock from losing your father, don't you think? You guys have no idea what you're saying. Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? Particularly your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. Just kidding. I don't know anything about warehouses. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping after all. In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping.
Objection!
How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence for the instigation or for the kidnapping. None at all. Or what? Very odd. I have a cat beneath my desk. I have a cat on my desk. He's too self-aware, man. Or what? Are you gonna forge some evidence just like Blaze and the rest? Do nothing of the sort. I can't let him provoke me. You always say, I will pursue the truth no matter what, right? Ha! Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. And that's why my revenge was necessary. Not if you can catch me. Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there something we can do? Anything? Even though all my logic points to this man, just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. And if you'd like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you if you admit defeat. A little too early. Who was it this time? Who was that? I know I can throw my voice, but that wasn't me this time. Gumshoe, what do you have? We did send Gumshoe on an expedition earlier. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Gummy, where did you go? I'm just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal. Detective Gumshoe, your report, please. I did a quick investigation about the warehouse John was at. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Berry Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. Ooh.
So it's finally here, our trump card.
Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys. There must be some mistake. Maybe it was something to do with the circus? Oh, I see, indeed. We are not well informed of the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina, if you could be so kind.
You're renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about that place after all. I let Simon handle everything.
Curse you!
Simon, how scary!
What a shame. It seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body were found in that warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower. Wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking quite pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Oh, please do tell. Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon. You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. The evidence? Oh, it exists. What? If Mr. Keys murdered the victim, traces of the victim should still remain here.
Take that!
It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. The balloon again? Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there. Wait, it'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth's a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth's gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count. And listen, I've been privy to like almost all of them. They're fucking amazing every time it happens. I don't know how the man does it. Miles, I believe in you too. More importantly, I'm sure your old man will be watching over you. He believes in you as well. I did the hat. Trust me, it's the hat. I can tell these things. The fourth time you'll present it, it's a pretty popular piece of evidence.
Miles Edgeworth, just calm down and think. You're one step away from the perfect proof.
The body double was killed by the balloon. This balloon specifically. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. Simon, it's time for you to atone for your crimes.
I'll see with my own eyes the moment this past case is settled once and for all.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgiving person.
This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crime. What traces were left on the balloon that crushed the victim? It's the fucking flowers.
Take that!
Instantly going to it. I'm not even looking. I'm instantly going to it. When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lily was there.
Wait, lion lilies, the flowers from Shangfa that represent the bond between parent and child.
That's your evidence? Surely they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of a bond now, is it? That language of flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly, you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. We already knew where we were going with this. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. What? The heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed, ergo they must have come in contact with the murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen stuck to the bottom of the basket of your balloon? No way, no way, no way. You guys just examined the basket a few minutes ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then? Mr. Keys, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. Huh? Emma? We brought Emma in for two things. She had to fingerprint something, and she's gonna do something sciencey right here.
Yes!
Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us?
Leave it to me. The balloon's basket, right?
Sciencey mumbo jumbo! Listen, if you had the power to summon a scientific investigator as a prosecutor anytime you needed something, it's just like, you do it.
A reaction. This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower.
What? I'd say this proves that the body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No way. No way. It can't be. That can't be I. You crushed the body double to death on the roof of that tower. Then, you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse.
Why did he have to go through the trouble of retrieving the body?
2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Ah, Miss Cranes! Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans.
I see. But even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either.
Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Muzilla head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John?
You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. That's foul, cowardly behavior.
For that reason, he carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot. At the time, figure the body double being lowered down by a rope. Oh my god, that's where he's fucking raging demoning. It's captured on John's video recording. Damn, it was all... You saw through it all. Damn it, damn you. You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end.
Simon, even the animals have gotten angry. Even Monkey and Steve. We never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad.
Damn it. Don't you look at me with those eyes.
About time you went back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful gestures.
Stay away from me. Get away from me. Stop it. Please stop it. Daddy, help. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? If he hadn't done that, I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. But that man back then, he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogen. So I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it. Don't come any closer. No, stop. Ow, 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 ow. Dang.
Oh no. He fucking got clipped up by the griffin. Oh no. Who's talking now? Elephant, griffin, they're like the same type of animal. Who's talking now? It seems the game is finally over. Oh, hi, I forgot about you for a second. It seems the game is finally over. Shelly the Killer, what are you doing here? Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now, I am free to... Wait, what? Drawing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move. I don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You intend to draw and fire without anyone noticing. Taking it from the body double when he killed him. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president knowing full well that he was the body double. Lying about the target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. However, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and attempt to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution. Stop! What in the fuck? Everybody's showing up. I need Dogen. I need fucking Dogen's voice now. Assassin fight, assassin fight, assassin fight. You are...
It's been far too long, Shelly.
Please step aside. That man is my prey.
I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison.
And if I refuse?
His life is the first I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily.
You saved a life? The assassin, Sirhan Dogan.
Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life, just as I have saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask you to spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another, please make this allowance.
I understand, if you are willing to go that far. Can I make a point? Can we take the gun from him that you said he had? Because you said he still's got a gun. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it? Isn't that still gonna be a problem? You have my I will click on the clip and let me look at it real quick. Which one's this one? Oh, it's the full retribution. Yeah. This kid's fucking yoinked into the sky.
You have my debt. You have my thanks. I am in your debt.
No need for thanks. I simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That is all. And with that, I must take my leave. Fuck, he's good. Fuck, he's good at that. God damn.
Oh, damn it, wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then it's time for me to return to my humble cage, surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Isn't that right, boy? Oh, look who's here.
Hey, priest guy, you killed my dad, right?
Indeed, I am not one to forgive those I have slain. I see you must despise me born with horns. In that case...
John, what are you doing?
Do not panic. I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings.
Revenge? Well, John, don't do it!
John, please, I beg of you.
Please tell me we haven't... I really wanted to see even just an image or like a slight animation of him, like his hands coming from his pockets and coming up with the knife in his hand. I wanted just one image of that. We're not gonna get it. Until just now, I intended to seek my revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge is really good. It's really, really good. I like revenge. All your pain and suffering slips away, everything becomes numb, and you feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right, but I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say. John? But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. My friends from the movie, too, and all those people who care about me as well.
The boy with horns says some interesting things.
Okay, wow. Turn the AC up a degree, and suddenly I don't need my jacket anymore. That's right, I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one that should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that fake prosecutor over there are for?
John,
you just said something really profound stuff for a kid in elementary school. okay. Perhaps you should study up a little bit more yourself.
Is that so? Well then, young one. It is time for us to depart.
Where to?
Oh, prison, of course. That place will be our home.
Our home? Again, somebody probably should take the gun from him. And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. I have the story choice stuff. April 8th, 2:54 p.m. Grand Tower PIC meeting room. Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting. Why is you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here, man?
Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close.
What are you talking about? This is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. Fucking slammed that bitch on the table. Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. Don't go to take the gun from him. Absolutely. There's no possible way that could go wrong. Cheeky fucker. I've got vinegar traps out, but they haven't gone for it yet. I don't know if like the vinegar is just not enough or what, but I might swap this trap out with the one in my bathroom, because the one in my bathroom has caught like a bunch of the little bastards. I wish I knew what in my room was dirty enough to attract them so I could clean it. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, a certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting it in court does. Gregory. However, it's nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It is not mine. Mr. Edgeworth? I think I should live as a prosecutor after all. Oh, I see. You've made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? I just said it was. Okay, then that's the end of this conversation. And don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I'm not gonna let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask why you chose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. To fight crime as a prosecutor or to save people as a defense attorney, I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How I should live my life. And after this case concludes, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Well, Simon Keyes, he too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what is important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was... Are they going to actually show him? I guess we'll never know who that could be. It could have been anybody. Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. He's not in this game. There's been some random people that look kind of familiar standing in the background in a couple of spots, but man, Phoenix isn't in this game. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. Because Blaze absolutely would have hidden some evidence. I want to save those like Simon Keys. So how would you have saved him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been... What? It's extremely annoying to deal with this bastard. I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if he had only relied on the courts.
But instead, he was cornered by Blaze de la Stay, who used the power of law for evil. The flow of the law can change depending on who wields it. It's like this telescoping mallet I have. In one moment it's a mallet, and in another moment it's a mace. It can be a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law.
A contradiction, huh? Oh, that's right, he did say those words earlier. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining in the court system. And the one who could have saved Simon Keys was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions of the law as a prosecutor. Okay, sounds good to me. That's just like you. But you know, it'll be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You do realize that, right? Yeah, I do. However, somebody's gotta. Yep. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes always saw only what laid straight ahead. He was really bad at driving and like merging lanes because he would never look back to do that stuff. It was kind of bad. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes look just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could have seen you now. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Shields.
So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you.
Please. I've felt a slight missingness from my collar. Even though I don't technically wear it, but you know what I mean.
I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law. It even says he prefers to keep it into his pocket.
And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived.
Well, that's great, sir. And so then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man about the traitor in the Edgeworth family. Well, thank you for everything, truly. Next time we meet just might be in the courtroom. I hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all.
I look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action.
Well, take care. Stop by for lunch every once in a while. Yeah, I know of the really good food places around.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back.
Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well.
To me? You sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must have been, a lonely battle.
No, it was not. I was never alone.
Whoops, I didn't. Buttons.
Because the Goddess of Law is always by your side, right?
You made me realize that one could fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office. No, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. It was only through your help that I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law.
I too find that promising as one in the service of the Goddess of Law. We should certainly succeed You shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow.
Let's meet it again in the courtroom.
Yes. I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time I shall fulfill my duties as a judge perfectly.
Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals.
Prosecutor Edgeworth?
However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct.
So a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Well, thank you very much. I'll remember that the next time I need to pop off in court. Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaise de Lastay, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side.
Ah, it's John!
I have this God with me. I feel the strength of courage well up from within, no matter how painful things became, no matter how strong the foe. And I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put right, for John's sake as well.
John, too, lost his father in a past crime.
That is more important to me than ever, than even the words of the goddess of law. I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words.
Your bond with your son is your secret strength, I imagine.
I don't have to be perfect. I just want to grow little by little, both as a judge and as a mother. That's how I feel.
It seems there is much each of us has yet to learn.
Agreed. We are still but children before the world. Let us grow into our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you and as you follow your new path.
Though I once lost my position as a prosecutor, I've now reclaimed it, so now I may tread a new path as a prosecutor. I shall surely reach the truth waiting at the end of this path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter who they may be, I will shout just one word. There we go. I'm going to say this again, and you're going to hear me say it multiple times. Oh, we're going to have people talking.
Objection!
Chief, what sort of scoop are you aiming for?
Hey, ain't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still in my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything.
But that's my mentor, all right. I reckon you're even more prepared than me. I understand. I'll get my information using my own 2 feet.
Yeah, that's the spirit. And by the way, would you mind asking what sort of scoop you're aiming for next?
Huh? Chief?
Ain't no need to be stingy. I'm your mentor after all.
That's just heinous.
All right, I'm gonna have like a half second to readjust the voice lines. Okay, we don't have to have anything for this one. I don't remember what the fuck Knightley's voice, what I did for his. Oh, never mind. It seems that the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me, his name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman instead. For now, I shall live a calm life until my services are required once more. I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgeworth, but I'll keep on trying to escape. I won't let him dampen my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky? The gong will sound off my next escape. Until then, let's keep working out. What in the fuck did he even say? How does he continue without being arrested? Everyone knows Shelly the Killer's face. He's just that good, apparently? Oh, fuck. I didn't have a voice effect for him either. You've inquiring into my studies and into being a pet groomer. I'm working as hard as ever. I spend my every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave this prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Huh? My sentence has been extended because I was Warden Roland's accomplice? What do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? To hell with the pet trimmer's license. Damn it. Alright, so I have his thing loaded up. I have those 3 loaded up. I don't even know if I'm gonna need any more.
Regina was really shocked by the truth about Simon, too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or the ventriloquist divisions. I'll put on the greatest performance ever. One that'll blow away this entire case.
There was a lot of people that worked on that. I mean, this is a large-ass game.
It seems I have grown soft in my old age. Right, Anubis? Isn't that right, boy? To think the life I saved on the way 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I am confined to my humble cell once more. Well, this time that child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore. Right, boy?
I wasn't sure if they were going to swap over to having his voice in there or not. Oh god, I don't even remember what the fuck I was doing with these 2 people. Because now it's reversed, right? Because she's the one in jail for the shit she did, and he's the one that's out. I don't remember what the fuck I did for their voices.
Can't believe I'm able to eat your desserts once more, Monsieur Master.
I have been allowed to distribute my treats both in and out of the prison. For the past 18 years, I have brought joy to one and all with my delicious sweets. I don't fucking remember what I did for his voice. That was 2 cases ago. That was a long time ago. Any fucking series regulars? Hell no.
Yes, thanks for everything, boys. I owe Greggy my thanks, too. After all, I get to stuff myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Oh, next time maybe I'll use one of Jeffy's sweets to create a new drug. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck your stomach in while you tuck in desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming and also good for your health.
I don't remember that was. That's about as close as I'm gonna get to what her voice was. God.
Man, I'm glad I got to meet and sketch so many beauties. But Mandy caught a glimpse of my beauty sketch. He had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketches of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Do I take the path of an artist or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart I mean the heart of my new lady.
Fucking Larry, every time. Every fucking time. Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. I'll testify about the IS-7 incident as much as you need me to. Prosecutor Edgeworth seems pretty active, too. He chose to take the same path as Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I'm kind of sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him.
It looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself.
I'm so happy. Mr. Bad actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from Attorney Raymond Shields, just give me a call anytime, any place. And now we're getting into the actual other stuff. Oh, fuck. What did I do for their voices?
My crimes were punished far more leniently than I expected. Once it was proven that I had been threatened... God, it's that exact spot again! No crime is more heavier light than any other. I'm sorry, of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I could still be together with you, Granny. Huh? I want to hurry back to work. That's right. The next corpse is waiting for us after all.
God, there's so many voices that are going to be very similar.
I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe. And now I have to leave again. It kind of takes the fire out of a girl, you know? Can you imagine? But this is also so I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then, I guess it's time to go. If anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over.
I'm glad that he got out of his fucking paper eating times.
I don't like it, just like a motherfucker. Be granted their father. Be granted the expectations for their children. Prosecutor Devastating, was it? His way of life shall be tested here henceforth. Just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer.
God, they had to have so many people doing like editing on this.
I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, who only thought about the Lang clan, my old man was trying to protect an entire nation. But I swear to you that I will carry on his will. Even if the president was a fake, and the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Shang-Fa. Someday I will surely show you all a Shang-Fa brimming with life.
Wait, what? Hang on. Prosy D did Gregory Edgeworth's thing? I didn't catch that. I've asked everyone to stop calling me the best. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pops' power. I shall study even harder than before and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough that even I won't lose to Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. I almost need to go look up the credits of this because I'm almost certain there's got to be other people I knew from from like the small amount of like voice lines. Well, that has happened, but thankfully the film was a roaring success.
The gossip articles about the murder made the murder even more successful. A monstrous man appears for the murder of Mighty Mozilla. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Shang-Fa. Huh? Isn't that you in the photo, Mr. Powers?
Huh? How could something like that happen? How could something like that happen?
Now, it's fine, isn't it? It's those articles that our film's a big hit.
Much obliged.
Shi-Long, I greatly enjoyed watching your movie.
It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role in it or anything.
What are you saying? You played a key character who connects Muzilla and Gordy. There was no one else besides you who could have played the part.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it would have been nice if there was a sequel. I really enjoyed working as an actor. Mom, before we head home, can we buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with a lion lily for Dad.
And one will not suffice. You can need 2 more. One for me, and one for Amy.
Also, fucking Capcom for not bringing this over yet. The assassins are very cooperative. It's interesting. April 8th, 4:17 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Wow, we really were busy with all those cases, weren't we? There's like so many things that happened in the span of like a week and a half. Indeed. We were. Why did all these incidents happen in such quick succession?
I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around.
Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes?
Well, hey, Gummy, that was rude.
You get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief?
I don't know.
Huh? Something on your mind, pal?
How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father. So that I could become a great thief just like him.
Like the previous Yatagarasu, I suppose.
But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. No, but maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either.
Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all.
I'm gonna aim to be a hero in my own way.
That sounds good.
But of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw away the name of the great thief Yatagarasu.
No matter what sort of hero you become, Kay's always gonna be Kay.
Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy's always gonna be Gummy.
Of course, pal. I plan to keep on pushing forward on my path of a detective, after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing to work with you, sir. Yes. I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. Not my pay raise, but a gratitude. Oh. Okay, maybe he will. Maya was a magnet for crimes. Kay was a magnet for crimes. Athena was a magnet for crimes. Trucy was a magnet for crimes. Maggie, by way of Gumshoe, has been a magnet for crimes. It's just you look forward to your next salary assessment. Huh? What do those words mean? I feel like I should be scared because every time I hear those words, they're usually bad for me.
What?
Does that mean what I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. Really, sir? I can't believe it. This is probably gonna be the first time this ever happened to me.
Isn't that great, Gummy?
It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to the instant noodle lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, that's the thing that's just like, wait, what? He's getting a pay raise. That never happens. That's the reason they can't do another game. They spent all the budget on what could have been a third game in this storyline on Gumshoe's pay raise at the end. The path that Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of the road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly, this path will not be easy. However,
Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued him far in this place devastated.
We already just saw this too.
We literally just saw this like, what, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes ago? Something like that? Perfect time to take a sip of water. Bonds, huh? Ah! I completely forgot! That was sudden. What's wrong?
I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team.
Now that you mention it, I don't remember you saying something to that effect.
But in the end, I wasn't able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth? I wanted to create an invincible team like that, but...
What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way.
Well, yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth.
Hearing that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you're correct. Even until his last moments, my father ran along his own path. Oh, we're on auto here. I too shall advance along mine, accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. On this new path as a prosecutor. Prosecutors and attorneys. The path I walk is not my father's. However, I am certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. See, now I need to find a I am honestly surprised I've never seen the prosecutor's badge at anywhere. I understand that it's probably nowhere near as common, but like I kind of want to find one. All right. So that was Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Holy shit. What a game. By the way, hang on a second. I need to turn the fan up. Kay might. She would probably pop into the law office. I don't know if she'd actually like work with Mr. Shields or not. I don't know. But that's good. That's actually very good. Hour or two. So my roommate's probably in bed around now. I mean, the great Yatagarasu was a prosecutor, a detective, and a defense attorney. Yeah. If she wanted to follow exactly in her father's steps, then she'd probably do that. But again, the entire point, like a big point of this at the end was, you don't always have to follow in your father's footsteps to do what you want to do. So it's a very big thing. Yeah, her father was the prosecutor, that's true. We already have a prosecutor and a detective, so she'd have to fill out the defense attorney role. But I don't see Kay going to be a defense attorney. I don't know. It just seems like it doesn't seem like her style. Maybe that would change. Who knows? But either way, this was good. This was very good. We ended a little earlier than I thought we were going to end. I only have about 20 minutes before I would have had to stop anyway. So this is good that we got through it. And we got through it well before anything happens. Yeah, if they ever decide to make one of those, which I don't think they will. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if they did, but it kind of feels like this storyline's done. And there's not really anything you could do with it. It really feels like they designed the entirety of the case. Like they designed both Investigations 1 and Investigations 2 at the same time, and then just sort of like divided them in half. Like it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like they, like with some of the other Ace Attorney games, the connecting plots are not that big. This feels like the connecting plot was massive enough that you had to play the first like to me it feels like they made these two games at the same time and then just split them into two games instead of having one massive game. Ooh, excuse me. But I mean, that's good. It does mean that we can't get another one of these games. But I mean, I'd like it, but I don't know where you would go with it. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe Capcom will get a wild hair up their ass. Oh God, yeah. Absolutely. The second one definitely improved the, not only on the formula, but on the way things went down. There were, like, almost every case in this game, I'm sitting there, like, I'm fucking confuzzled half the time going, what is about to happen? I just would, like, there were times when I legitimately didn't know where we were about to go. I don't think they did that as much in the first game. And they also tied up, I mean, they do this in every Ace Attorney game, but they tied up almost every fucking loose end that I can think of. I can't think of one that didn't get tied up. In some way. Excuse me. Oh, he's a really good villain. If only because he knows what the fuck he's doing. Very rarely do we get to the point where the villain's like, well, you don't have any evidence, and you actually have evidence that it's this other guy, so why the fuck aren't you doing that instead of talking to me? So he's very good about being an asshole. Because it's another one of those ones where up until we really even started discussing the idea that there were two people, I wouldn't have thought to go back and use somebody we had already met that didn't even remotely seem like a villain at that point. So I don't know. I'm not even sure, like, it's really hard to pick a favorite case in this game. I was gonna say 4, if only for how drastically 4 ramped. Like 5 has this like constant escalation of like, holy shit, things are getting crazier, and they don't fucking stop getting crazier. Maybe that's more of like my favorite moment in this game is during case 4 when you're on the roof and you're like, oh, hey, there's a hatch over there. Maybe we should go inside that hatch. You go inside. Hey, it's kind of dark in here. I don't know what the hell's going on. And you click it on and it's fucking all of your evidence. It's every piece of major evidence from Edgeworth's case. And you're just like, oh no, what is happening? Like that like literal light bulb moment is just incredible. I will say the one thing I didn't like in this game, Emma felt like a MacGuffin. Emma didn't feel like she was really there to be part of anything. Like, to me, it feels like they just as easily could have replaced Emma with a random guy from forensics, and it would have had the same effect. But I understand wanting to bring in characters that we've met already. It's a fan service nod, yeah, and I get that, and I'm fine with that. But it feels like you could have done more with her in this game. I don't know exactly where, but I feel like you could have involved her at least a little bit more than just, "Hey, Emma," and she literally walks in from out of screen. "What do you need?" "Oh, we need this forensics thing. Can you do this?" "Yeah, sure, they're cool." And then she fucking fades out of relevance for anything else. It's like, I understand wanting to bring her back, but it's just like, come on, do something more with her. Give her a little bit more to do than just that. So it's fine. I can't think of anything else. We basically talked about everything else that happened in this game. I will say, I think Logic Chess is like one of the better mini games I've seen come out of an Ace Attorney game. Compared to like everything. And I think part of that is because Logic Chess is on a timer. You have a limited amount of time to navigate and get the information you need out of this person by basically talking your way out of them, talking it out of them. And sometimes it was just like, yes, I see what to do. And then other times it's like, okay, you don't necessarily have to pay attention to what you're saying. You have to pay attention to what they're doing and watch their body language. It wasn't just always, yes, don't care about what they're doing. Look at their speech. So it was probably like what I would consider the best minigame that I think I've played in an Ace Attorney game. Do I have anything else? Okay, so here, you know what I can talk about? I don't know what I'm going to play next. Because here's the thing. You know what comes out tomorrow morning at like 11 o'clock? The new WoW patch. And I know I'm going to need to put some time into the WoW patch to get things done. I don't think I'm going to need to do anything immediately on the day of. And honestly, probably trying to do shit on the day of is going to be painful. Honestly, I probably can still regulate it to what I was doing before. Of like, oh god, this is what this is VLR? Oh no, this is the 999 version of the song. This is like the intro song, I think. Yeah. So, I don't think I'm going to need to do anything. I might sign on in the middle of the day to see how we're doing. Like maybe get a few small things done, but I probably could still stream tomorrow. I just don't know what the fuck I'm gonna stream. I've only got 2 days before I'm not going to be available. Like, I'm out of town this weekend to go home to visit my dad for his birthday. Next week is GDQ week. And I'm sure I'll fit in whatever I can. I don't know. I need to go back and finish Messenger. Maybe we do that. Maybe we put some time back into that game. I don't want to start something brand new and then have this like week-long break where I don't do anything with it. So we've got those options. How's I think about it? I legit can't think if there's anything else I want to snag. Oh, Simon was way better than Dahlia. If only because Simon comes up, like, sure, we get to see Dahlia in a previous case. But Dahlia was such a weird thing because, again, you deal with her in the sense that she's being channeled. And that you're dealing with a spirit medium ghost that's trying to stab people. Whereas Simon, on the other hand, he's there and he's like mentally twisted enough to be doing the things that he's doing. And he's good enough at doing it that he's getting away with it for the most part until we sort of came along. Oh yeah. You could almost take him to look at like the way that when he had the monkey on his head that was like pulling the strings. That's almost your indication. That's almost like a in your face hint that like, aha, he's pulling the strings of everybody in the case. Sure, I did it, and you can't touch me. I'm dead. But if I did it, it's my body that's responsible, right? Yeah. It's such a weird thing. It's like, yes, it was because we've established that spirit mediums are supposed to be in control of their bodies and can be responsible for things that happened through because of spirits they're channeling. And so she was just trying to get Maya convicted. Or no, she was going to get her sister convicted, right? She was trying to get oh fuck, what the hell is Dahlia's sister's name? She thought Pearls was channeling her, yeah. Iris, that was it, yeah. I was like, I was gonna say it was like, it's not Rose, it's not yeah, Iris. Oh yeah, that was a great twist in that game. That was an absolutely glorious twist. That moment when you realize, wait, there's only one person who could have done this because everybody else is unavailable. And you're like, it's okay, you can come out of there now, Maya. And then everybody just goes, what? And just drops, and suddenly it's Maya there. So she thought she had successfully killed Maya, but didn't know that Maya had been her body the whole time. Yeah. Because they kept saying, we can't find Maya. We don't know where her body is. And Dahlia was just convinced, yes, I've killed it in a place where you can never go. Mm-hmm. Which is what made it more complicated for Dahlia to think that it was Pearls, because she didn't realize that Pearls was channeling somebody else. They kill out of spite. Yeah, he would have gotten away with literally everything. And we would have had a completely different murder on our hands. We would have had Judge Courtney's murder on our hands. More than likely. That was like one of the biggest things of that last case. And before, that was probably one of the bigger Ace Attorney cases before we started really getting into like what happened with this game. Case 5 in this game is insanely long. It's not as long as like the last case of Spirit of Justice, but that's because that case is not one case. It's like 3 incidences. 2 of them are cases, and then one of them is like Apollo with his dad. And hey, here's hoping pretty soon we get to hear about Ace Attorney 7. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm hoping we get like proper Ace Attorney 7. I'm hoping that when Great Ace Attorney Chronicles comes out, that it sells incredibly well, and that they go, hey, this is good enough for us to go ahead and do a Ace Attorney 7 now. This was basically the first half as cleanup for case 4, and the back half was the body double murder. Yeah, there was like it was definitely 2 cases sort of mixed together that weren't super related, but at the same time it was all related, because that's just how this game rolled. But yeah, this is the case 5 here is probably if it's in contention for the longest case in terms of all the shit you have to do. With I'm almost certain case 5 of Spirit of Justice being the longest, and then it's pretty close to case 5 of Trials and Tribulations, I think, is the last case of Ace Attorney 3. It's really close to that one too. I don't know how case 5 and Ace Attorney 1 compares. I think it's shorter. It felt longer because there was a lot of stuff that happened. The last case of Apollo Justice felt kind of long, but that's just because you had a bunch of like bouncing around you had to go and do. None of it was like, it wasn't like one continuous thing, so it felt broken up enough that it might have been long, but it just didn't feel that long. And the case of Dual Destinies, the last one there, I don't think that one was all that long. Oh well, yeah, it's longer than you think. The aquarium case is a lot longer than you think it is, which is good because I really enjoyed that case. there's any other long cases. There's sections that it felt long. The Guitar Serenade made that case 3 times longer than it needed to be because of every single situation that you had to replay that clip damn near in its entirety. The Guitar Serenade is like it, like I have to like zonk out for a half second every time it comes up. I was gonna laugh because I know it's in the, I know that song is in the rotation. I was gonna laugh if it came up. Now, I can't think of anything else that's like super long. Like I said, beyond like, yeah, exactly. I mean, case 3 for this game was also kind of long now that I'm thinking about it, because you had to solve not only the current present day situation that had come up, but also the past situation that had come. Like you had to solve the case against, or with Gregory against Manfred. And that was long. Like again, this game was just a lot of thick, meaty cases, and that was good. All right. We've had a pretty good long ramble, but I need to get going because I need to get ready to go to bed. Unfortunately, I still have the rest of this week for support, so we will pick up something tomorrow. I don't know what that's going to be. We'll figure that out as we get along, as we go on. All right? Sound good? Sounds good. I'm gonna head out and get ready to go to bed for the night. Thank you all. You guys have all been awesome. If you're new, hit the follow button. Come back, hang out. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays. Usually around 9 o'clock, but I started early because I'm on support leave this week. And then I will just throw in streams whenever else I can. Sometimes on the weekends if I have free time. My roommates and I do a multiplayer shenanigans night, usually Saturday evenings. We are still kind of in our Monster Hunter kick. I don't know how much longer we're going to be in our Monster Hunter kick. I don't know how much more we have to do, but we can probably find stuff. Let alone, I don't know what else we have to do. What other things we would have to play in order to go to that. But we'll figure it out. Yeah. So next stream will be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Or around 8. We'll see. I don't know what I'm playing yet. I'm going to need to figure that out between now and the start of the stream. And we'll go from there. All right? All right. Dudes, I'm going to head out for the night. But before I head out, I need one kindness from each and every one of you. You should have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day, whatever happens to be wherever you are at. And I will see you tomorrow for something. I don't know what, but it'll be something. All right. Later.